Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe and smash that notification bell so hopefully you'll receive the uploads as they occur. And if you're a returning subscriber, please do comment down below that you have received the notifications, because I am aware that they're not always going out. And if you enjoy this review, please do like it and share with others, because those thumbs up really do help. And as I said, don't forget to leave your comments down below. This is part of the 25 days of comic book reviews. On the 21st day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Spider-Man, Firestar, and Iceman, and a classic story. Now this is Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. This is the comic book adaptation of the classic cartoon show. It came out in 1981. I was 8 years old then, and I'm 45 now. Wow. And this, I believe this was the only issue of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends to be published. I don't think it was an ongoing series. Look here. Stan Lee presents. So he does some introducing of the characters Spider-Man, Firestar, Iceman. Gives a short description of each one of them. And introducing the lovable Miss Lion. It's the triumph of the Green Goblin. So this starts off Norman Osborn coming home, thinking about his time in the sanitarium, and he wants to return to chemical research, which is the very occupation that turned him into the Green Goblin to start with. He's not such a bright person. And on the opposite side of the page shows the crash. Norman Osborn thinking to himself, cured? The fools think I'm cured. Never. The Green Goblin lives again. Sort of does a Hulk there, you know, in the transformation. Then over here it shows Shady Glen, which is a small suburban college town where Aunt May has her boarding house, excuse me. Ms. Lion playing in front of the mirror and scares herself. Angelica Jones dressing up as Spider-Woman. Norma Osborn dressing up as Medusa, and she looks very sexy right there. A character that I had forgotten about. Bobby Drake shows up as Captain America. Peter Parker shows up as Spider-Man, and he gets a costume from a convenience store or something, so it doesn't look very convincing. They're going to this superhero party at Empire State University, and you can see various characters there. I think there's some X-Men, a Storm, a Colossus, Jean Grey, Wolverine. There's Loki, and there's Warren Worthington III, Daredevil, and I can't recognize some of the others. There's several Spider-Men right there, and Peter comments that he didn't realize he was so popular. And Angelica says, "Don't let it go to your head, Peter." So over the page, Peter sees two Green Goblins, but they're just flying on wires, so they're of no consequence. But his spider sense is still going off, so he leaves the party and flies to this, swings to this building and goes into that window right here. Starts getting fired upon and is hit. The Green Goblin captures him and then does what many villains do. They start monologuing about their plans of conquest. Basically, the Green Goblin is going to turn everybody in New York City into green, ugly creatures just like himself. So Angelica is leaving the party to go look for Peter. The Green Goblin is looking for his chemical formula, which he can't find. And here's an advertisement for NBC Superstars Saturday Pow! Flintstones! Smurfs! The Kid Super Power Hour with Shazam. I don't remember that. Of course, I was only 8 then. And Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Space Stars. The Daffy Speedy Show. Bullwinkle. Back when the networks actually had cartoons. Anyway, back to the story. Spider-Man is, groggy, but he's listening to his monologue, and then he flies off to get Norma Osborn, because, it's strange that the Green Goblin and Norman Osborn are both present at the same time, because the Green Goblin doesn't have a niece. Norman Osborn does. So he flies off to get Norma Osborn. Firestar comes in, and Spider-Man tries to warn her because of this, I forget what this is. Basically, really cold chemical. Firestar puts up a shield to block it, and then turns the chemical to steam. They fly off to find the Green Goblin. Here's another. Here's actually an advertisement for CBS Saturday morning Toon Time. The ones I remember: the Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner show, Popeye and Olive Oil show, Tom and Jerry comedy show, and the new Fat Albert show. I don't remember these others. I don't. Like I said, I was 8 then. I was 8 years old then. And this was back when Bobby Drake was not gay. And so he's telling a joke to Norma Osborn. And she says, "Oh, Bobby, you're so silly." Now, if the Green Goblin hadn't interfered, it's very possible that Bobby Drake might have spent the night with her kissing. But, as the story goes, Green Goblin snatches her up, takes her away. Then Bobby Drake transforms into Iceman, and look at those muscles on him. This is not the Iceman you all have been reading about for the past 2 or 3 years. This guy is muscular. So they all go off in separate directions to find the Green Goblin and Norma Osborn. And she says to him, "Please don't hurt me. I did as you asked. I showed you where they kept my uncle's formula." Of course, she doesn't know that her uncle and the Green Goblin are one and the same. And Spider-Man busts through the window, long before Batman had that, was busting through glass windows. And he does his best to try and stall the Green Goblin, but he has this this flyer, so he's not stopped easily. But this is so funny because I just mentioned Batman. Spider-Man says, "Yahoo! I snagged." Yeah, it was like, "Yahoo! I snagged his bat sled." Gee, I wonder what that was in reference to. So he rides the tail of Green Goblin's bat sled for a little bit. Then he loses grip. But Iceman saves him. And then the Green Goblin goes up to the city reservoir, dumps his chemical into the water, and it starts to it hasn't yet mixed with all the water. It's just entered the reservoir. So Firestar goes down through the ice because she with her firepower, and gets the bit where it gets the piece of ice where the chemical is the poison. And Norman Osborn, he does not remember anything at all. Back at Aunt May's, Norma Osborn recalls how Spider-Man was so wonderful. And Bobby Drake says, if you like Crawley, Bugsy eyes. And Angelica says, who are swelled-headed, conceited, and overbearing. And then Peter Parker says, Ms. Lyon, what do you think of Spider-Man? And of course she can't speak. She thinks, me? And jumps into Peter's lap and she's thinking, I love him. And that's the end of the story. This was 1981. I was 8 years old then. And this was back when Marvel Comics had box art. This up here, which they don't have anymore. When they went by Marvel Comics Group. Had that up there at the title. So, do you all have this particular comic book in your possession? If you do you remember reading it? Did you like it or did you not like it? Are you going to get it back out and read it again? Let me know in the comments. And like I said, there are some reviews that I've done the past week or so, which have not received a whole lot of views. Some have received 2, 3, or 9, so I'm going to be linking those so you can go and watch those, give them some love. At least I think I mentioned about that. and if you enjoyed this review, please like it and share it with others so they can enjoy it as well. Till next time, true readers, I am Michael for Spirit Comics.